Okay, this is week 3 for CIS 102, and this week is going to be online. Going over the week 3 agenda, you've got the podcast you're listening to now and watching. Chapter 3 is a content from my IT lab. You're going to do part 1, 2, and 3 from my IT lab, and then the sim, and then discussion. Let's go ahead and go over this week's PowerPoint. Okay. So looking at using the internet is what it's going over, making the most of web's resources. Internet's used to help collaborate and work on the web. We'll look at how it works, tools that you can use both in business and personal life. We'll look at also how the internet got its start, how data travels on the internet, tools that you can use on the web, and technologies. And we'll also talk about businesses and precautions. So, how did the internet get its start? It began with the ARPANET, which is the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, which is a governmental group that was basically a network of networks, different governmental campuses, universities connecting together to communicate. Initially, to keep secure information during wartime. How does data travel? You've got a client server architecture. The client asks for data, the server receives data and returns it. It has what's called an IP address, much like the VIN on your car, the VIN number on your car. It's how each computer is identified. It's unique to that computer on that network. And then websites also have a unique IP address. Some tools to collaborate, and you've used some of these probably. So on the web, it's called Web 2.0. You got social web tools, collaboration tools, social media tools. So social web would be things like Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Snapchat, Media Share, Instagram, YouTube. Business, LinkedIn, Slack, information sharing, Delicious, SlideShare, StumbleUpon, Dig. And social networking, one most of you are familiar with, Facebook and Twitter. They have changed some privacy. There are some privacy precautions. Just make sure, I always tell students, what you share on social media is there pretty much forever. Even if you delete it, there are servers somewhere that host that information. So be real careful on what you post because it can follow you. And I have known students that have lost jobs or didn't get a job or didn't get accepted into college because of a post on social media. So beware of that. Collaboration with teams. There's a whole bunch of project management web apps that you can assign to. A blog would be like when you um, post a daily blog of what's going on in your life or your work. Video blog is where you see a headshot of somebody along with video news or basically a blog video. You could create your own blogs. Some of the problems with blogs basically is the fact that you got to be careful what you read. People have their opinions, and not everything's true. And so, other problem with blogs is the fact that if you're wanting to get information out and you're just starting out, it can be kind of hard. Podcast, some of the stuff we do on campus, and I do a lot, where you basically have audio video files that are used to promote your business, your course. RSS is what's used to help take that podcast and stream it out to multiple locations. And an aggregator is something that collects data podcast. Webcast, basically video and audio over the internet. Media sharing tools you might have heard of: YouTube, Flickr, Instagram, SoundCloud. So collaboration over the web, email that everybody uses, primary use of communication for most folks as far as between company to company, business to business, student to faculty, faculty to students. It's asynchronous, meaning one at a time, uh, convenient, not private, and make sure to use email etiquette. Again, like with the social media post comment earlier, make sure you watch what you email. Never email anyone that when you're mad or angry, because again, it's going to be stored somewhere on a server that you cannot delete. Even though you might delete it on your end, it's still on the server somewhere. Web-based email will be like Gmail, Yahoo, things like that. And other tools you might have used: instant messaging, uh, texting, voice over IP. FaceTime is another one, Skype. So, how business uses the web is basically business to consumer, where a business sells something to a customer like Amazon. Business to business would be where businesses sell other products to other businesses, like omahapaper.com, selling their paper products to multiple businesses. Consumer to consumer, eBay, Craigslist is an example. So, some precautions on doing web purchasing. Make sure you're on a secure website. You'll know by the HTTPS, looks like this over here on the URL. Make sure it's a reputable website. Be careful, like an example would be uh, instead of Amazon.com, hackers might create a website, Amazon.com, but instead of an O, it's an A on the end. So it's AMAZAN.com. Everything else looks the same as a real site, so be aware of that. Um, Also, be aware of when people send you things in an email to want you to log into an account, and maybe it is an account for your bank or Amazon or other places you purchase things. Uh, be very leery of that. In fact, I would recommend not ever logging in and changing any information that you're emailed about. Go to the actual website or call the company to determine they want you to actually do that. And if they do, they can walk you through it on the phone of where to go on the website to change whatever information. Because again, an example from the Amazon misspelling example earlier. PayPal is a popular service that people use, and there's been a lot of PayPal scams where instead of being spelled PayPal.com, it's PayPal, PayPal.com, and telling people to change their account. Well, when they log into the fake website with their real account information, the hackers take that real account information, log into the real PayPal, and empty out their account. And it can occur on a bank account as well. So again, use common sense. Know that most companies will not send secure information in an email for you to act upon. They will generally send a letter or they will call, one of the two or both. Pay by credit card, not debit card, because if you pay by credit card, you can reverse the charge. Debit card you can, but it's kind of harder. Return policy, make sure you know what it is, and avoid using public computers when you're purchasing things online. So don't go like to